Oh, fuck. That's something. Can I? Hold on.
They talked about
Hey, who's that guy?
Hold on there, Mike.
What the hell?
Oh.
Go check it out.
This is about the Jersey Devil. If you're
Man,
ever
this,
interested, yeah.
what podcast is this? It's like a good one.
This is the Two and a Blue interview, filming from the Energy Defender studio. For any of your solar and roofing needs, call Energy Defenders. We're here with some very special guests, Ryan Fiske, Gene Goodman of Goodman Fiske.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Thank you so much for taking the time to come down, hang out.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you for
like
having us.
what you've done with the place here.
Thanks.
It's very nice.
Me and Flounder painted it. We
Looks professionally
yeah,
painted.
we kept white out in business for like the next year at least.
Yeah. I like it here.
Yeah. So, dude, let's just get right to it. February 16th, fundraiser Prohobitions for Chip and Annemarie. Gene, you're very close to the situation.
Yes.
Want to tell us a little bit about it?
Whew, where to begin?
I feel like you've been talking about this for past few weeks now.
It's been going on for a few months.
Yeah.
So, right before Thanksgiving, my girlfriend's father's wife, Annan, she had went to go visit one of her sons in Alaska. She was cleared to fly by her doctor, and she was there for a few days, and she had a brain bleed, which led to a severe stroke, which then she was had to be rushed to the hospital. So she was rushed to the hospital there, but the facility was just a kind of a general hospital, and so she had to then be flown about 8 hours away over to Anchorage to kind of a hospital that could handle her condition. She was in a coma for a few weeks. Her husband, my father-in-law, Chip, he's been up there for months, and she's just been a slow recovery. The bills are starting to pile up. He's been out of work because he's been up there, and they're just far from everyone. She can't travel. She's just not in a state where they can move her anywhere, and so right now they're pretty much stuck in Alaska. That's
terrible, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what the fundraiser is all about, raising some money to help out with the bills at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow. And you guys are playing at Prohobitions, right?
So we are, yeah. My girlfriend, in coordination with her aunts, have set up kind of a fundraiser, which is going to be at Prohobitions. And yes, Ryan and I were going to play for a few sets. Then they're also going to have like Chinese raffles, the baskets, and the 50-50s and all that stuff. And, we're kind of going to be hanging out and hopefully band together and, support and draw some funds and hopefully get them home sooner than later.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big turnout. I think it's going to be really successful.
Are you gonna be there?
I'm going to be there. Absolutely.
That might be your first gig in the past 8 years that I've seen you, because for those listening, Steve used to be a big groupie of the band. He used to come out, follow us all the time, and one thing led to another. Life happens, and don't see him anymore. So it's going to be good to see you out.
I was going to say that too. It's rare we get to just sit down and talk, ever.
I know.
You're a busy guy. I know that. I'm busy.
We used to hang out all the time.
We did, yeah. Softball, bars. We definitely been in some fights together. No,
probably.
Yeah, hell, you got thrown out of some bars together for sure.
Yeah.
It goes way back. Goodman, how did Goodman Fiske start? I never even knew you sang. Speaking of we do go way back. I never even knew you sang until the first time I heard you sing at Dazio's.
Yeah. Yeah, it started, Gene came over from Philadelphia in around, I guess, 7th or 8th grade. And he moved right to ACO. new kid on the block. We met in the band. I was playing drums at the time in just regular school band. He played the saxophone. That's how we kind of met. Had some mutual friends. A few years passed. We go to high school. We were always kind of cool with each other, but never really hung out. And then what happened exactly was a mutual friend, our buddy Kevin Fox. He was in a band with Gene. He was the singer. Their drummer, they had a show coming up. Their drummer couldn't make it. Kevin reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you fill in for drums?" And I was in another band when we were playing, metal music, rah stuff. And at that time, I was about 18, 19 years old. I just started teaching myself the guitar as well. And so I went over to practice, and, we all kind of hit it off, but I knew Gene had, some more talent. And it showed, and I was like, "Hey man, I could sing a little bit." I was like, "My dad, he's in a band. He gets paid to sing and play guitar." Because I think at that time, we were just doing shows for free.
Yeah.
The metal scene, there's not much money in the original music, especially locally around here.
Like podcasting?
Something similar, But yeah, so, I asked Gene if we wanted to get together. He lived in Acco, so it was, we both lived at our parents at the time, so we got together, played a few songs, and I was like, man, I think we really could do this. At the same time, a couple of my other buddies were turning 21. They had some ins at some local bars, and we picked up a few gigs. And then the one place, Devlin's, who's the rest in peace, Devlin's Irish Pub in Acco. We played there one time. The manager, Jimmy, had us back every Friday, and so on and so forth. Then we got a drummer. We got a bass player. We auditioned for an agent. We got the gig. They signed us. And, 19 years later, we're still in the game.
Still bringing the energy too, man. Dude, it's always fun going to a Fish show, man.
That's right, man.
Well, we were lucky we started when we were young,
Yeah, you guys got a good chemistry, man. It's always fun to come watch you guys. So, you're beyond like just band now too, right? You're doing RF entertainment.
Yeah, I'm a fully licensed booking agent in New Jersey. I have a company called RF Entertainment. So we book bands, we book venues, we book acoustic acts, DJs. This awesome trivia act called Game Show Palooza, which we have that in over 40 locations. So that's been going well. And Gene's got his own thing. He's like an agent, but like a construction agent, man. He's freaking selling jobs left and right.
What are you doing with construction?
Well, it's more electric than construction. I have a construction background, so prior to leading up to the band days, that's all I did was construction work for family and stuff, and so did the band for a long time, and then kind of around when COVID hit, that's when I started exploring different options and stuff, and I got hooked up with some people, and one of the guys that helped me and kind of took me under his wing, he ran an electric company, and people calling for emergencies, and he's a really talented guy, and so he showed me how to do some stuff, and so we started to open up electric businesses, and so a lot of times that when you kind of Google electrician near me, there's almost 100% chance that both his and my company are popping up in the top 10. He's got me beat a little bit. He's generally in the top 3 whenever you're in the South Jersey area, in Philadelphia area, New York area, Delaware area. Me, I'm just kind of South Jersey and Central Jersey, but we're still popping up top charts and stuff, which is really good.
So you're a general contractor as an electrician?
Licensed electrician.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm, yeah, so a couple of the guys that I have that work with us are licensed. And so, we go around helping people when their power's out and they need emergency electrical work. It sucks, but anybody that's a homeowner knows that, sometimes the power goes out and you look, your neighbor's got lights, your other neighbor's got lights, and across the street they got lights. So you're like, oh, it's not the power company. I got to call an electrician. And so you go out there and, sometimes you find that, for 10, 15 years, they didn't notice, but water's leaking into their electrical panel and there's rust everywhere. And now you're trying to fix it and you're like, you got to kind of be the bearer of bad news, let them know.
It's amazing you guys are doing other stuff besides Goodman Fiske, because you guys are I feel like you guys are all over the place all the time with Goodman Fiske. How do you balance that?
Hard work, honestly. I mean, the band, we've been doing it full time for a long time. I mean, I did some early real estate in my early 20s. Even on the short sale side of things, I was working with my buddy, and then I made a decision to stop and go full time with the music, and we just been at it. We've been at it for a long time, and we've just been successful for many years. We have it down to a science, and now that we have it down to a science, it alleviated some pressure off of us. We have a nice running motion ship, and the ship is running. Obviously, you got to, stay relevant with the times. You got to learn new songs. You got to continue to create content and stay, modernized in the realm of things. But for the most part, the reputation of Goodman Fiske, everybody knows that's where the party's at. Everybody knows they're coming. We pack every venue, almost every venue that we play, and we're so fortunate. But, it helped us once we had it down to a science, then it alleviated some time off of our hands. And now we're going, okay, what else can I get done in a 24-hour day, And we just became prone to hustling all the time. So I got my agency license, Gene's doing his thing. Our drummer, he has his own agency company, and Alex likes to hike and go to Florida, so he's really living the life.
Rock on, yeah.
He's got the best life out of us all.
I think the snowball effect kind of took place too, where Ryan and I we were just grinding so hard and pushing that kind of snowball down the hill in the beginning. You know what I mean? That once it started to pick up traction, we didn't necessarily have to push from behind as much as kind of just guide from the sides and just keep it going down the hill. And it was just picking up the momentum on its own. Plus, we got better at it. You learn a lot after you make a lot of mistakes. And then before you know it, you kind of just know what needs to be done because you tried everything else that didn't work. And so I think that helps a lot. That now we're able to not need to devote as much time because it's not so much trial and error anymore. It's just kind of we know what we need to do and just go there, do the job, do it well, and then.
So you talk about staying up with the times, learning new songs. What are I feel like what are the times music wise? What are we in right now?
I mean, Gene and I understand that if you bring women out to the gigs, the men will follow. So
I think that's what the times is.
That's timeless. I mean, that's
right. It's timeless.
It's a pretty good business plan, yeah.
and that falls in hand what we were saying.
Is that all we gotta do?
That's it, man. You bring the chicks, and the guys will follow. But
and you get better at it, and the more chicks come, more guys follow.
No, but I mean, we just try to stay relevant with, some new music to an extent, and then we also know that everyone that's coming out to see us is predominantly, 21 to honestly well into their 50s. Mm-hmm. So if we stay in that realm of, we hit all sorts of genres. Country's been absolutely exploding over the past 5-6 years, maybe more. So we've been catering into the country. We also know that, the demographic, if I had to pinpoint a number, I would say 25, 26, 27 years old is what we do. So we try to stay in that realm, you know what I mean? As they get older, we try to stay, what are the 25-year-olds listening to? What are the 24-year-olds listening to? And so, we just learned a Lil Wayne song. It's I never listened to it, but it's just fun keeping the stuff. It's we've never done a little Lil Wayne song, but it was we do it, and we're getting a good reaction from it.
Do you do your own thing with the Lil Wayne song, or do you kind of try and keep it true?
Well, every song is different. I would say
He plays a lot of guitar and stuff. Like he plays a lot of.
Does he?
Yeah, he put out a whole rock album.
Yeah, I don't even say.
He plays every instrument you could think of. He's a musician. He's actually really good. Yeah.
You listen to him?
I do.
You like him?
I do.
See?
Yeah.
Young Money.
But no, I mean, we just try to keep learning new material. At this point, we just want to keep the material, and the show as fresh as it can be. Always coming up with new ideas. But yeah, that's what we do, and it seems to be working.
I think one of the biggest challenges that bands have is they kind of they play what they want to play, not necessarily what the people want to hear, and just because they like it, they think everyone's going to like it. And a lot of times they start playing stuff and they're limited with their genres, whether they just like country, then they just play country. If they like rock, they just play rock. And I think that the wider your diversity is when it comes to musical genres, the bigger impact you have and the further you can reach. And so I've noticed that over the years that, really people are there because, they have hard lives, jobs they might not like, relationships they might not want to be in. And so they're looking for some type of release. And so, if you're just stuck to rock music as a band, you're only releasing the rockers, and you're forgetting about anybody else, the pop people and the country people. And so the wider you go with that, all of a sudden then, if people listen to all different types of stuff, they're able to get their release too. And that's what people are. They're coming to the place to have fun. And so, you have to kind of give them what they enjoy.
Music's it's an awesome thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Do you guys have like a playlist set for a particular venue, and then you kind of are able to like read the room and what they're going, and then at the first break you're like, yeah, fuck this, guys, we gotta change this all up. Does that happen, or like do you adjust things based on the reaction?
Did. Yeah. But I would say that's one of the things Ryan and I worked out. Like I was saying earlier, you kind of just get better because you try the things that don't work. So we've done that. We've written set lists and showed up and been like, I don't think this is going to work. Mm-hmm. And so reading the room is kind of a little better. And Ryan's really good at reading the room too.
Yeah, part of the major success of the band is our ability to look at the crowd and know exactly what to play. We don't write set lists. That's
okay.
In my opinion, that's one of the biggest reasons of our success.
You don't write any set lists?
We don't write one set list.
How do you know what's coming next?
We just continue. We just look at the room. We don't even know what we're playing when we get on stage. We hit the intro, and I'm still thinking about what's the first song gonna be. But I look at the crowd. You know what I mean? Like when I get to a place, I see how full the room is. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna affect everything. Plays into a part. So you read the room. You look at the room. You go, okay, there's 300 people here. The place holds 400 people. It's already pretty packed. They're ready. They're in the front. Let's start out with something that's going to be big and energetic. You know what I mean? And you just go from there. And I have the 3 or 4 songs that I would pick off the top of my brain, and then, vice versa. If it's a light room or if it's an early show, it's a lackluster crowd, then you play a song that's not that energetic. That's more of a look at me song, something where Gene can solo and everyone's like, wow, holy shit, the talent is there, but we don't write sets. I never really, we wrote, if I know what I'm going into, I would say out of the 100, 200 shows we play a year, I'll probably write a set for 10 of them,
So how does the band know what's coming? Like
the best way to think about it, would think about like a football team running a 2-minute offense. You know what I mean? We don't need to know what play we're doing 4 or 5 plays down the line. It depends on where we get with the ball. So if we read the crowd and we know that this is going to work, then we do it. And then if it does, which most of the times it will, then as that song is in motion, the next song is already going.
Okay.
And it kind of works that way, and because if you think about what you're playing next, and then you play a song and that song doesn't work, and then the song that you were going to play after that might have tied to that song. Might have been, maybe you're playing a club banger, and like the people are just starting to get tired. You just did 30 minutes of club bangers, and everyone's just drunk and dancing, and so you might have been thinking, "Oh, I'm going to do another banger after that," and then you're like, "Ah, no." So you can see they're fading a little bit. Not that they're not that their energy is just waning. Just people get tired when they're dancing for a long time, and so maybe then it's like Rise, like, okay, now we're going to switch gears and we're going to go to country, to something where people can sing, and so now everything can still remain high energy.
How does he communicate that to you guys? While
I'm
you're
like hand signals.
okay.
Yeah.
Really?
I got hand signals like he describes it as like, quarterback calling the plays.
Yeah, yeah.
And me and my drummer, we have hand signals like I'm a third base coach and I'm telling him to steal. I'll be like, this is, I know you want me, because I go, I know you want me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like by Pitbull, we have medleys where I'm just like medley 2. You know what I mean? I'll just hold up my finger. If I just hold up my finger, he knows. You know what I mean? We also have a talk box. Or I'm sorry, not a talk box, a talk back. A talk back microphone. A pedal. So I hit this button and it mutes everything but my vocal into my drummer's ears. And I could just tell him what I want.
That's awesome.
Lil Wayne, and he just knows to pull it up if we're playing a track. If it's a freestanding song, something that Gene starts, I'll communicate to him, on the previous song while we're playing a song. At the end of the song, you know what I mean? I'll be like, hey, sweet child, people really don't pick it up, and that's how we're able to, just play on the fly, man. We just really wing every night. You know what I mean?
You guys got to figure it out, man. That's awesome, dude.
Everyone gets shocked too. They're like, wait, what do you mean you just wing? Even other bands that I talk to, they're like, what do you mean you just wing it? I'm like, they're like, I can't wing it.
That's great.
My drummer needs to know, and some people are, like my one buddy who's in a band. He's like, dude, I can't do that to my bass player. My bass player needs to know what's coming, like 3 songs ahead constantly. He's like, it's impossible. I have to write a set list. I'm like, yeah, man. That's just what we were predicated on, and we adapted, and it works. Like, that's the biggest thing. Once you find something that works and the wheel is not broken, you just don't fix it. You just keep doing what you're doing, and like Gene said, man, it was a snowball effect. And once we figured out our niche and what worked, we just kept it going, and that's really all it is.
I have to imagine your likelihood of success is like higher than someone who does have a set playlist, because you're able to read the room and you're able to like just adjust on the fly.
That's exactly right. You have bands that will write a set list and they're just
bombing.
They're confined.
Like,
They're confined to the list, and they can't do nothing about it. Even if the song stinks. And another thing that we're good at too, if we're playing a song and this song is a 4-minute song and we're playing, and 30 seconds in, I can tell that these people aren't feeling this song, because it happens. You're going to swing and miss. Once we know that's not working, I hold up a sign.
And we're pulling the ripcord.
And the band knows that right around the turnaround, we're going to the next song. It's done. We're stopping this song.
Yeah.
So we don't have to play the whole other 3 minutes of this boring song that nobody cares about and no one's getting interested in, and you're just wasting time, not engaging, and that's that's just something that it comes with experience, man. I can't express it enough.
And there's several different things that will make that happen. Like I was saying earlier, maybe you just went too long in one genre, and so they're starting to fade. So you're like, pull the ripcord, let's just switch it up. You're trying a new song, you're not sure how it's going to work, you know what I mean? So, you might run through it a couple of times, and then as you run through it a couple of times, you start to be like, maybe if we cut it here, it might be better. Or sometimes you prepare for that not to work, and you might say, hey, if this song doesn't work, we're just going to cut it here, but, in the meantime, we're going to play it. And then you end up playing the song, the long way.
We have songs in the set list where the guys know to keep their eyes on me at a certain point, because I'm either going to extend the song and say keep playing it, or I'm going to say we're cutting it.
And they're the signals right there.
Don't give away our secrets. So, like we will rehearse the full version of the song in rehearsal, but I'll be like, guys, if the song's not doing well, I'm going to put up the cut sign, and we're going to cut out the second verse and the bridge, and that second chorus is going to be the ending chorus. So we will get out of that song and we will keep moving.
Do you ever run into crowds that you just can't figure them out? Or they just suck?
We used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much anymore.
You know what I mean? But then it just all comes with experience and knowing there's a way to reach everybody.
Mm-hmm. With music, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. And the wider the spectrum of the genres, the better you have, the better opportunity that you have to get them. And so that's what I was saying earlier. If you kind of lock yourself into, narrowing yourself down, you're not doing yourself any justice, which is ironic because music is such like a free spirit thing. But a lot of performers can find themselves, whether it be by set list or particular songs or things that they don't want to do. It's really like a strange paradox.
I was going to say that. Like, are you ever vibing? Like, I imagine you have to be, like, so in tune. And, like, if a crowd isn't feeling something that you're feeling, does that, like, bother you? Like, man, I just want to sing this fucking song. You know?
No, I mean, after you play 1 million fucking gigs over the course of 19 years, it doesn't bother me at all. I want to do whatever. I'm here to please the crowd. We're here to please people. That's our job. Our job is to please you. My job is to make sure everybody leaves our place going, I had a great time. I want to go see them again. And that's our goal.
Well, I'm pretty successful at doing that, for sure.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite song to play?
My favorite song to play? Whichever song I just most recently learned. Really? So right now it's Lil Wayne and Millie.
How about you?
I knew that was going to be Ryan's answer because that is definitely he does like those ones. I really honestly I don't have any favorite songs. It just depends on the night. Some nights I feel like I want to rap more. Some nights I feel like I want to play guitar more. So there really is no favorite for me.
You don't have a favorite song to play guitar? Just one that you
I really don't. So there were, the guitar's been like an awesome journey for me. And so there was a time when I was just kind of playing songs because I knew how to play them. But I've started to get at this point now because I've been playing since I was 16. I'm 39. That like the guitar really is starting to become just an endless direction of trails on where I want to go with it, So it's before I used to play guitar. Now the guitar's just starting to play me. It's just starting to be an extension of just who I am. So there isn't really no favorite song, and because of that, anytime I'm playing any song, there might be a spot right here or there I just start flaring different, and so therefore it feels new, and doesn't feel repetitive, and so that keeps it kind of fresh. But no, not really no favorite song.
All right, so you guys are a cover band. Have you noticed that in the past, I would say year or two, cover songs have been like the thing. Like everyone wants to hear cover songs now, and even like the most famous of artists you can imagine, like the Miley Cyruses with Jolene, and there's cover songs left and right. How does that affect you in any way?
No.
Do you change your cover songs based on like the new version of the cover? Have you?
Yeah, we do that. Like Simple Man. We'll play. We obviously know the Leonard Skinner version. Yeah. Shine Down kind of
gravitate towards
brought it back to life. So we'll throw both versions in our set. We'll start out with just Gene on the guitar. I'll sing the verse. And then, Alex and Anthony will come in a little bit later, and then we're almost transitioning into the Leonard Skinner version. So, yeah, things like that.
So this is a good topic. And then just to kind of stay on it, one of the things that keeps it fresh is, you take that song, Simple Man, and dude, we've played it so many ways. Like, we've played it like the Skinner version. We've played it like the Shinedown version. We've played it where it's just Ryan and I for the first half, and then the rest of the guys come in. We've played it where we've told we want people to put their lights up on their phone, and then everyone come in. And so it's almost like a food that, like, kind of eggs. One night you're preparing, or one morning you're preparing sunny side up, then you're doing scrambled, then you're doing over easy. One day you're making an omelet. It's all eggs, all the same stuff, but it's different, and that keeps it fresh. That helps keep it fresh. It's when you fall into repetition in the bad sense, which is just monotony. Monotony is a bad case of repetition. You know what I mean? Consistency is a good thing, and so repetition is going to fall under consistency, but monotony is not a good thing, and that's where you start to lead to boredom.
The complexities of Simple Man.
Simple, you would think, right?
Very ironic, yeah.
Yeah.
So how much original stuff do you guys do?
Yeah, so I have we have our album that we did in 2014, and then I wrote. I probably got like 3 or 4 songs under Ryan Wade on Apple Music and Spotify, where me and my uncle wrote some songs together. I wrote a song by myself. So, I do enough to keep myself, relevant in that area. Obviously, the cover band is our bread and butter. This is our job. This is our career. It's how we make our money, how we feed our families. But the original music, it's always going to be a passion of mine. I love to be creative. I love to create. So, the original music is there, and we have, I have fun with it. And there's more to come. I enjoy writing. Gene's got some amazing guitar riffs that he's had for a while. He's also wrote, some newer stuff too. I hear him. You hear the original stuff comes out around sound check, and it goes away.
Well, a lot of Vari, she shares the desire for original music a lot deeper than I. A lot of the original stuff that I play, I prefer just to kind of keep it, for me, just because, I put myself out there so much. A lot of the cover stuff I do in an original context.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
When we'll play, what draws, people to Gene is, if there's a guitar solo in a song, he puts his own original feel. It's almost like he's creating an original solo every time when we go to a solo part of the song, and there's some, significant parts in songs like Sweet Child of Mine, he'll kind of stay around that area. But like if we're playing like, a blues song, Stevie Ray Vaughan or something, he'll trail, and that's what makes him unique. He'll create an original guitar riff out of that song.
That's all by feel.
Yes.
So, Dave Matthews Band, I think they just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
They're big. They're big on the solos.
Yeah, the jam band. Yeah. I've been to plenty of those concerts. He turns a 3-minute song into a 15-minute jam.
20-minute song. Yeah. Sometimes it's awesome. I mean, he blows the roof off the place. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's playing songs no one has ever heard of, and you're just like, what are you doing, Dave?
Yeah. Why are you putting us in this set?
We got to show him the signals.
Yeah, he does. He's got to get his shit down. Yeah,
Wrap that up, Dave.
Read the room, dude. Yeah. Do you guys play any Dave Matthews?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Do you look at stuff like getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to like take the opportunity to like put it out there a little more?
We stay relevant with the times,
Mm-hmm.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, we take a look at it. If if that's popular or trending, yeah, we will. Unfortunately, what we really look for is when people pass away.
We don't look forward to that.
Yeah, we don't look forward to it, but like if people pass away, you know, we're like, all right, well, you know,
we recognize that is a good opportunity.
we want to pay
pay homage or tribute, you know,
makes sense,
to the passing artist, you know. And I think a lot of people do that. And you'll notice that when you look at charts of any nature when it regarding music, that when people pass, their stuff all of a sudden shoots back to the charts, you know, as everyone gets that kind of nostalgia about the times that song was out and when they were young and you know,
like when Prince died, you know, we learned like 2-3 Prince songs.
And it doesn't always mean somebody has to die. Like lately, there's been a resurgence for Creed. You know, and as far as I'm concerned, they're all still alive and well, which is good.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they're touring again. That's why they're coming back, you know.
But stuff like that does spark up some, you know.
And that's right in my wheelhouse. I mean, I'll sing all 5 albums of Creed. We'll be a Creed tribute band if we need to.
Yeah.
Do you replicate your voice to sound like the original artist, or do you like
Some cases I try to mimic, you know what I mean? Like if I'm singing Creed, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sing it like this. I'm going to sing it like this, you know what I mean? You kind of just, you know, you transform your voice into, you know, similar, you know, to what the character is that's singing the song.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite lead singer to sing after, like Chris Cornell? Like
obviously Chris
Eddie
Cornell.
Vedder, you know, I need a.
Yeah, I mean the '90s guys. That's my bread and butter. You know what I mean? That's my bread and butter.
That's what gets me through the
I'm
90s,
surprised, you know, they didn't call me when Creed got back together. I mean, if Scott Stapp was going down, if he was going down that bad path like he was sleeping in his car, I thought I was going to get the phone call. But you know, he made a comeback. I'm happy for him. You know, but. You know, Tremonti, if you're listening out there, you know, just give me a call if you need to.
So this episode is going to air the day of 30 minutes before the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, go Birds!
Go Birds.
Absolutely, man.
Go Birds!
Super
you
excited.
sang the official song of the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or that's the goal. The new hype song. Yeah, Bleed Green. Yeah.
So, how did that come to be?
Yeah, so, you know, me being a licensed booking agent has led me to connect with a lot more musicians now. And one of the musicians that I became really good friends with is a guy named Kenny Curcio. He's from Medford. And the way that kind of connected was there's a guy that plays percussion. Started coming.
There's a player out there who is the only guy who falls into the official but unofficial member of our duo.
Yeah.
There's only one guy out there.
Yeah, so we've been, obviously the duo is how we started. You know what I mean? So we still continue to play the duo when we're not playing full band. So during the week, Thursdays, Sundays, we'll play the duo. And this guy Al said, "Hey man, you know, I want to come in. I want to sit in with you guys. You know, I don't want any money. I just want to come play." And Gene and I are so lighthearted. We're not going to tell anybody.
First time
no.
he said it, we were like, "Go get it. You got a drum with you? Go to your car. Go get it. Set it up." You know what I mean?
People do it all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, I got my shaker." You know what
go
I mean?
get it.
We want people to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, he showed up once. He showed up twice. And he almost comes to every single duo.
He just kept showing up.
It's a trio. Yeah.
So much so that, you know what I mean?
He's probably
great guy, though.
What do you think? He's done about 50 plus gigs with us by now.
I'd say more than
No
that.
shit.
I'd say more than that.
What's
What's the duo called?
So the duo is just, you know, GMF duo or Good
Razzle
Masters
Dazzle.
duo.
I like to call it
Razzle Dazzle. Yeah.
TMF and Al?
Stew in the pot.
That was my alias.
Stew in the pot. Yeah.
So anyway, so this guy named Al comes out all the time. So he plays percussion for us. He goes out and goes to other people's gigs, and he hooked up with Kenny, and they started playing. And then Al is he's pretty good lyrically. So him and Kenny moved out to Nashville. He wanted to be, and is striving to, take it to the next level originally. And he writes really good songs. He's a great songwriter. And him and Al hooked up. They were writing some songs. They did some stuff together, and then they called me one day, and Kenny goes, Ryan, I got this like Eagles song. I think it'd be really, I think it's really good. It's got some steam. I want you to listen to it. Let me know what you think. I listened to it. I said, wow, this is pretty cool. And he had like a version of it where I could hear like, there wasn't any like heavy guitars in it, wasn't much drumming in it, and the production just wasn't where I thought it could be. I heard the potential, and I was like, yeah, Kenny, I think this is great, but I think we should do something a little, just bigger. I think it's got really good potential. So he records all of his stuff in Nashville. He said, well, would you want to, sing on the song and help me promote the song? Because he's like, you're very popular around the area. I said, yeah, sure. So me, Kenny, Al, we booked a flight to Nashville, hopped on a plane, spent 24 hours there in a studio in Nashville, recorded the song overnight, and came back home, got it mastered, and then we put it out. And, it just started catching fire. Our good buddy Joey Videoi, he came down. We planned a tailgate to where we shot a video at my good buddy's Chuck and Duck tailgate at Jetro Emlot, and we had the Philly sports guy come down. We had Marianne, the #1 Eagles fan, come down and kind of be part of the video, and we put it out, and it's just been going really well. People seem to really like it, and we're just happy for the success of the song. It's been on, the radios. We were on CBS with it, and it's just been fun to play it and hear the song get as much much popularity as it's been.
How's that seeing yourself on TV?
I like it.
Weren't you in the Parks commercials?
Yeah, we were in a Parks commercial. Yeah. We're actors too,
That was
It's our side gig.
Right on.
That was a paid gig too.
Yeah.
Just to shoot the commercial?
Yeah. We flew in we went over there one day.
Went over there. They had a spread.
Makeup artists.
Next thing I know, I'm getting the
shit
blush
on my face. Mm-hmm. I had a shirt that said Def Leppard. They're like, listen, we're gonna turn your shirt inside out. We can't have any logos or anything.
No logos, no branding.
We had an audience that was paid actors to act like they were there for a huge show. We played, a 30-second clip 100 times.
The most awkward part was, for some reason, we had to start behind the curtains and then run in the position, and then the guys would cheer, and then we would play, and then we'd act like we're playing, and then be like, cut, do it again. And then we would do it again and again. And then
we didn't have no guitars amplified, nothing. The drums were fake.
It was all fake.
It was just we were actually actors.
And this thing, it probably took about a minute. You start behind the curtain, you do your run out, you get up there, and you're playing through half the song. You're about a minute, and they tell you to do it again and again. And then on the commercial, they use 8 seconds, where you see us up there for a split second,
brutal.
And then you see us up there for another split second. Then they start going back gambling,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people just think that where they're like, oh, what did they do? They just came to one of your gigs at Parks Casino and filmed it, and they're like, no,
That's what it looks like.
It was a whole day.
That sounds horrible.
And it was in the Excite Center. We normally play on the 360 stage, and this was in the Excite Center, which is I guess a little bit of an arena kind of deal over there.
Yeah, that's where they have their ticketed events.
Yeah,
for sure.
Comedians, national act bands and stuff.
But they got us because they actually at 360 they record all the performances, and so I believe I heard that they had looked through a lot of bands that they had recorded, and they were like, yeah, it's you guys.
Of course, when they seen me, they were like, they were like, we need a good-looking guy up there. Who else are they going to call?
So you play Xfinity too.
Yeah,
that's got to be a badass venue.
Yeah, that's a fun venue.
Do you get nervous at all playing anywhere?
No.
Nah, not much. I get excited.
How about your first time playing Xfinity?
The first time Xfinity?
Is that a huge
remember.
venue? What's the biggest venue you guys go to?
probably now the Seaport Pier. It holds over 2,000-3,000 people. And we used to play, we played with Lit, an old 90s band.
I know Lit.
Yeah.
I had that album, dude.
Yeah. We opened up for Lit.
Can we forget about?
Yeah. We opened up for Ja Rule.
There.
I'm not even kidding.
Yo, and I don't know if
O-Town.
I don't know if you had his album.
Ja Rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I probably had one of them.
My man looks the same. They're not kidding. Black
He's
on
short,
crack.
right? Yeah.
He's short. He's still ripped. He's still jacked. You're like, man, dude, you're 55. What?
Smoked a couple bones with him backstage,
Nice.
man. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now, they used us to help bring people to that gig. Well, now we don't even need Ja Rule. We don't need Lit. We would love to play with them again.
We like them guys,
But
though.
we're packing the place out by ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? More than they brought. We brought more people than them. So it's going well.
Yeah, I
But-
don't have
I think
any,
the nerves fade.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We've been doing it now almost 20 years. So it's just, there's nothing to get nervous about. You know what I mean? Anything that I would mess up, I've already done. So I've learned from all the mistakes. And I don't know how many more mistakes I could make. But, like, pretty good. We're all pretty good at keeping our shit tight. So it's, as long as you just don't act like a douchebag, you'll be all right up there, really, honestly. It's nothing to be nervous about. More of anything, excitement. You should be excited to play. Because now that you've been putting in so much time, it starts to hit you like, all right, well, we all know it's not going to last forever. And so, be excited and soak it up. Start soaking it up a little bit more.
Do you think about that at all when it's done?
I don't think about when it's done, but I think I'm acknowledging it in a different way than I used to. I guess prior, I would always acknowledge it like, well, I'm going to ride the wave till the wave crashes. And, it truly has been a fucking golden wave of like 100 feet. And him and I have just been riding it. And so I'm not looking anymore for when the wave crashes. It's almost like, I don't think I'm going to get an opportunity to do this ride again because it's lasted so long and the lifespan is so long. And so just start to enjoy it now. Don't be upset and really just soak in all the goodness that you're having and all you're doing, and don't worry about all the other shit.
I have to imagine, like, while you're playing a show, your like endorphins, like all your chemical imbalance is just like
Through the roof.
Yeah. Have you thought about what it's going to be like to like not have that? And like, do you think it's important to think about like how to train your body to like do without that and like not to chase something?
I think that's why with the original music I like to keep it for me, because it gives me something else to kind of still look forward to, and it's exciting. So I think for me, that's why I like to not really indulge and put the original music out there. It's not like I don't think I could write good music. It's not that I don't want people to hear the good music. It's just, I feel like that it's just, we've been so artistic, Ryan and I, out there on stage for everyone to see, that there's really not been much left for me to, enjoy my house. So that's why I prefer just to not really do as much original. It's like that one painting that, the artist didn't put out for the auction. He kept over his mantle for himself, not for everyone else to view. And
I like that. I like that.
And so that helps. It helps with me.
How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I enjoy the gigs. When it comes to an end, it comes to an end. I'm at a, I'm cool with it. However it happens, when it happens, I understand that nothing's gonna last forever. I'm proud if it ended today. I'm proud of what we've done, where we've gotten. We'd certainly go out on top right now. I would consider ourselves one of the top bands in the area, and even the country. That's how confident I am with the four, with who we have, our crew. Everything has just been great. So when it comes to an end, I'm okay with it. I'll be okay with it, and I'm proud that we've continued to, there's not many bands, especially in the cover scene, that are able to, put as much work and put as much years into the business. You see a lot of bands come and go. Some started before us and they ended. Some started after us and they've already ended. So yeah, I'm okay with it. And, I'm certainly, we'll all miss it. The stage, there's nothing like the stage. There's just absolutely nothing. It's a indescribable feeling, being on there. I think that's what keeps us young. Even everybody, Mick Jagger, he's freaking, 80 some years old, still jumping around. I truly feel like the stage keeps you young.
I mean, he's not doing it for the money. Mm-hmm. Them guys are papered up. They don't need to do it for the money.
It is kind of like golf, though. I mean, you can just play forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No reason to stop.
No. Nope.
Do you have gray hair?
Yeah. I've had gray hair. Before you even met me, I had gray hair.
Yeah. Man, you guys look... You do look... Like, when you said you keep us young, I'm like, man, you don't have no gray hair or nothing.
No, I have gray hair.
Oh. I was going to say, man, that kid, dude, 13 months. Why are you going to get it soon if you ain't got it now?
No, I've had it before him.
Yeah.
My grandfather, man, he had a full head of hair, but he died with it all gray, so I have a lot of gray hair under this hat,
Yeah.
But, we love what we do, and when it's our time, we'll be okay with it.
Yeah. I think the closest feeling that I felt to that type of topic would be like when, because we've been doing it so long, you start to get attached to some venues that you play. And when that venue closes, it's like, there's like a little piece of your heart kind of missing.
Dazios, man, that had to sting a little bit.
They all do. Time heals all wounds for sure, but that's like kind of the closer side of things ending.
Yeah.
Feelings.
There's a lot of gigs that stopped, man. Dazios, Devlin's, the most recent, the Gypsy Bar. We literally, as soon as we signed with our agent, that was like our first big gig, the Gypsy Bar in the Borgata. We were like, yes, you know what I mean? And then we were on the A shift. That was before, there was 2 bands a night.
Yeah.
And when you first started out, you had the A shift, and had to
that'd
work.
That'd be like the first band on like a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? Like,
you had to work your balls off to get to the B shift.
Yeah.
Then we got to the B shift, and we were, playing for all the mirrors, and now it was tough to see that one.
There was a lot of rungs on that ladder. And we were literally standing on the top rung with our arms just flailing in the air, because we were finally that band. We went from the Tuesday night first band to the Thursday night first band, to then finally we got to the Friday night. We were the opener, and then we were the Friday night later band. Then we were the Saturday night opener, and then we were the Saturday night later band. And at that point, it was awesome. I mean, the room was always mobbed, and we kind of knew everyone. But I don't know, what do you think, Ryan? 13 years into that room.
More. I mean, I remember when we started, that room just started going.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then it's gone.
Mm-hmm. So we're outlasting venues now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
We've outlasted our agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You guys are your own agent, I imagine, now, yeah?
Yeah. We book ourselves now, yeah.
They closed down.
It's going to be a little better financially.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Nice.
100%. And we're able to, not only is it financially better for, myself, because, I'm an agent, I'm a licensed agent, but now we're able to negotiate, what, the money that we deserve and we know we can get, and nobody can represent, and nobody knows more about my band except for me, you know what I mean? And there was times, our old agent who passed away, Al Geary, he was awesome. He was amazing.
Great guy.
And we owe a lot of our success to him. The raises that he was able to get us, it was good. It was really good. But now that we've started booking ourselves, it's almost doubled, because we're able to sell ourselves. We know, I know my product. Nobody knows my product better than me. So, we were able to, Anthony, our drummer and I are able to go out and represent the correct way and get the money that that we deserve, because we've been putting time into this for so long.
Good stuff, man. And you mentioned how hard you guys are working. You guys are working hard, man. It's one thing to just go watch you guys play.
I just got back from Virginia today.
Yeah, it's one thing to go watch you guys play, and you're having fun, and you don't realize how much work you guys put in. So it's like credit to you guys, man. Yeah, keep doing it. We got a segment. I ask everyone. I'll ask you guys. It's called Dumb Thing of the Week. So what is the dumbest thing you've seen this week?
Well, I mean, you're going to see all types of shit.
I'll tell you the dumbest thing I've seen. We had a gig on the books this Friday. We've had it on the books for months. About 30 days ago, this venue, I guess, had a rough month. They canceled us out of nowhere because they were just nervous. They were like, December was slow, January's really slow, we're hurting. The venue just canceled us. And I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta fucking play. You don't cancel, like an A band when, it's 30 days or less, 60 days or less. So I called my buddy up. We went and played another room, maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes from the place where we were supposed to play. We mobbed it, absolutely packed. And I just thought that was the absolute dumbest thing for that bar because they missed out on all that money they could have made. And instead we went down the street and made another bar all that money.
It's funny how in people's efforts to make money, they're terrified to lose any. It takes money to make money. Everyone knows that, but when push comes to shove, sometimes you're like, I don't know, I'm afraid. It's like, all right, well then stay poor.
You should have just taken a commission on the bar sales. No, we'll just take 40% on the bar sales.
Yeah, we worked out a nice little deal. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if we're gonna talk about money, then something that comes to mind that was dumb was, to follow in Ryan's point, the bar that we then played, in the effort to earn more money. We had set up in kind of a corridor fashion, and this side of the bar had all chairs. And I was like, you got to tell them, get the chairs out, because people are going to sit at the chairs, and then nobody's going to be able to get a drink. He's like, yeah, I know, I told the manager, but he said leave the chairs. I was like, rookies. Move the chairs out of the way so people can get in there. That's called the transaction zone. And then you don't want a traffic jam in the transaction zone. You know what I mean? You want people, come on.
Yeah, probably.
Come on. So it's just crazy about some of the things that when you're out there,
Well, listen, Prohibition's February 16th for Chip and Annemarie.
$30 too. It's not like it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
come on out.
Come out.
Yep,
Have a good time.
Yep, there'll be buffet, food, all you can eat. There'll definitely be a ton of alcohol there. Like I said, the Chinese auction, I think we're already up to like 30 plus baskets. I don't want to really give any spoilers, but I know somebody put together a marijuana basket.
Ooh.
I know one of the baskets was a bunch of sex toys. I know another basket was like a quilt and a mug. So
you combine all three of that. That's one.
That's no spoiler alert.
That's a hell of a night. You get out.
That's a great Sunday night.
All three of them.
Yeah, get yourself a ticket. Thank you guys so much for coming down, hanging out. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I had a great time.
Always fun to hang out with you guys. Till next time. See you on the 16th.
Yes.
Right. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Cause it's all been done before. Life is hard on the road. Too many women, too